So I'll stand up when it's raised, for the sacrifice is made for this flag.
Welcome to Scheels Hometown Heroes.
Scheels Hometown Heroes is a way for us to say thanks
to those that serve our country and our community,
and are still giving back to others today.
We honor your service by sharing your stories.
From all of us at Scheels, thank you for your service.
Hi, I'm Angie DePulver from the St. Cloud Scheels location. Today we are out riding horse with Sailor Jerri. We are presenting her with the Scheels Hometown Hero Award, and we'd like to thank you, Jerri, for your service and blessing us with your music.
We grew up in the Mille Lacs County area, Princeton, Milaca, and I have 2 biological sisters and a couple stepsisters, and out of all of them, me and Jerri we're probably the closest.
Growing up, we were just really patriotic, and I wanted to join the military. I knew I wanted to join. I didn't know what branch I wanted to join, but then, because my uncles had served, I had uncles in the Air Force, in the Army, and in the Navy.
For me, it was kind of short notice. It kind of happened fast.
My family was split. My dad was not stoked. Actually, we have a song about it. He's not anti-military. He was anti his daughter joining the military. And we got into it one day, and he said, my uncle had been gone a lot, and he said, Trevor should be home taking care of his kids and his family, and he's always gone. And I said, he is taking care of his kids, and he's taking care of your kids and everybody else's kids. Because if everybody says someone else can do a thing, nobody does anything. So he was on board shortly after that. He wasn't at first. My mom, on the other hand, she either thinks that I'm a total badass or something, because she said, if I want somebody watching my back, you would be it. So I joined as an aviation mechanic. I worked on F-18s, and I also worked on, the Navy's version of a Black Hawk. It's a Seahawk, but basically we paint everything gray in the Navy, so they just take a Black Hawk and paint it gray. So that's not exactly right. Somebody's gonna watch this and say that's not exactly accurate, but pretty much it is. I never made a full deployment on a carrier, but I was on a carrier. We made jets. We were down in Key West, so we flew up to Boston. We flew all around doing things with the jets. As an aviation person in the Navy, you aren't attached to a ship. You're attached to your birds, your squadron, and then wherever they go, you go. So I spent time out on the Reagan. So when you get out of the military, that's why veterans have so many issues. The community, when you're in the military, is so different. And then you get out, and you don't get that in civilian life for the most part. And that's how I got into this, is that community. I love the community of the military. And you still have it when you get out. People just don't realize it's still there. And I love that part about it.
She's been singing her whole life. It's just not as publicly as lately. When we were kids, I mean, she sang to us all the time. She wrote a motorcycle song for my mom when she was like 15 or 16. She would sing all the time. That was what country kids did, you know? We just sat around outside and turn on the country music and we danced.
So I don't like to sing in front of people at all. It is my only anxiety in life. I joke, I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. I would rather stomp around in my underwear on a stage than sing in front of people. I sing for my family, but I never would sing in front of people unless it was 7 shots of tequila deep at karaoke. I was dealing with some veteran groups online. I joined up as an administrator in one of the veteran support groups because I know that we tend to isolate, and I know that we need that community. So I was just a voice or an ear to listen to people who needed to talk. If you don't want to talk to a therapist, it's fine. Go to the range, go to the gym, do this, go fishing and hunting, whatever it is that gets you out into a community again, because we don't know we're missing it, but we are. And I started doing music 4 years ago, July. I started learning to play guitar. It was really, really bad. So I wanted to volunteer at the long-term care at the VA in St. Cloud, Minnesota. That's where I started. it was perfect because I was just learning guitar, so I was really bad and it would make your ears bleed. But I was in the long-term care, so it's a lot of elderly gentlemen who can't hear real well and I couldn't play real well, so it was perfect. It literally was great.
We always loved her voice, so, and then this all happened.
They asked me to sing Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which was one of the greatest songs ever written. Before I even learned how to play it all the way, I took all the stories I'd heard from all the veterans over the last 6, probably at that point 4 or 5 years of being an administrator online, and I took their stories and I put them into the song. And I rewrote it into a veteran's Hallelujah. I posted the song, my kids and I went to town, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, never thought twice about it. And then the next morning I woke up and I started getting all these messages because a lot of my family and friends didn't know that I did all this military support group stuff online. And I'm getting all these messages that are like, there's this video and has like 100 or 750,000 views on it, like what happened? And so I looked and I was gonna delete it because I did not want anyone to see me singing. And so they talked me into leaving it. They're like, we already downloaded it. If you delete it, we'll repost it. So I was stuck with it. So at the end of the day, it hit like 1 million. At the end of the week, it was like 7 million and then 10 million. Then we decided to record it in the studio, so it sounded good. And a friend of mine played the guitar and the violin on it. And we posted that about a month later. In the first year, that hit about 150 million views of people sharing it. It went crazy. And then that was it. I started getting phone calls from veteran organizations all over the country asking if I'd come sing. And 2 albums later, we're working on album number 3. And I got to be on the CMAs with Reba last fall, and that's it. It all came from learning guitar for the long-term care at the VA.
I know that she doesn't feel like special about it. Like she doesn't take it for granted. She knows how really insane this whole thing has been for her, and it's been a surprise. And the suicide rate that we have with veterans, and there's so many things that people could do, and she's lost people close to her to veteran suicide. And so it's incredibly important to her to reach people. Saving one life by just connecting with that person and making that person feel like they're important is everything to her. She's incredible. There's not a much better way to put it.